What's going on, everybody? Mr. Brickswag back here with another video. Didn't expect to be uploading again so soon, but here we are. I've kind of gotten myself into this little pit of Lego collecting, I guess. Again, I promise that at some point I will get around to reviewing my old UCS sets. It's just kind of hard because I have to, dust them off and get them all prepared and remember what the build process and stuff was like, and just generally trying to recall details from a while ago. Eventually I will get those up. I think there should be like 4 videos coming there, so hopefully we'll get those soon. But in the meantime, I have bought some more new Lego Star Wars sets, so gotta review them with y'all. And today we have the Lego Droideka. This is a really interesting one. So Lego is in the business now of marketing a lot of sets towards adults as opposed to only just to kids. So obviously in the past, what you had was you had UCS sets, which are huge, expensive display sets not meant to be really played with. And then you'd have like your traditional play sets, right? Things like battle packs or just like medium-sized play sets or whatever. So you get your play scale Venator, play scale Imperial Star Destroyer, whatever it is. Those would pretty much be the only 2 sets you get. Again, UCS or display, UCS for display, and then play for play, right? So it was kind of this interesting mix. But recently, Lego has tried to kind of break that by doing something kind of in between. So they try to make affordable sets, but they're meant for display, which I think is really interesting. They've started to release these a lot within the last couple of years. I was kind of out of the scene for a while, so I didn't really notice it. But now that I'm kind of back in, I notice it's an interesting trend, right? And, there are a couple ways they're doing this. So the big one would be the Lego helmet collection. I reviewed 2 of those sets already, Boba Fett's helmet and the Mandalorian helmet. Those are really great. I love those. They cater perfectly to me. Again, I don't really like to play with my sets, so I just kind of set them down and it looks amazing. So that's an awesome one. They also are doing diorama sets. I think they've released 6 of those to date, and I do plan on picking one of those up soon. I actually have a poll on my channel right now to poll which one I should get, so go ahead and vote in that poll if you are interested. And then in addition to that, they have a couple other lines, I think, like buildable figures, like they have a C-3PO and a Chewbacca buildable figure or whatever. And then they have these as well. So this is also an 18+ set, right? Again, it's a little smaller, only has, over 500 pieces, so not too big, but it's pretty affordable, right? I think I got this for 65 bucks at the Lego store. It's pretty interesting that they're doing this now. And this is not the only one that they're doing. They also have an Imperial probe droid that they released as well, which is really interesting. And yeah, they're just getting more into like the 18+ kind of sets, I guess. But anyway, that's sort of a long way to introduce this video. But the Droideka is definitely part of that trend. And I thought it looked really interesting. Again, it's a display set, so it appeals to me. It's a pretty cheap price, so I can afford it without having to worry about, whether I can pay rent or whatever. But, this is a really interesting set. It looks really cool. The reason why I got this one is because it's from the prequels. Very iconic character from the prequels all the way from episode 1. So hopefully it looks really cool. And I'm going to go ahead and unbox it, and then I'll build it, and I'll let you guys know my thoughts. All right, everybody. So I just got this unboxed for you guys to see. In this box, pretty smooth unboxing process. We have 6 number bags here, so not too many pieces. Hopefully it's a pretty quick and fun build. We have this instruction manual here, and in the first couple pages, they just give some, information about the Droideka and everything like that. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool if you're into that prequel lore and everything like that. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of stickers. I think there's about 11 stickers here. Very annoying. I don't like it. Stickers should not be on display sets. I firmly believe that. So that's unfortunately a downside already. Hopefully it's not, the application process isn't too bad, but that is really annoying and sad to see. And finally, an interesting part of this set here is we have a printed nameplate. So that's awesome. Great to see that. I'm glad that Lego is moving away from, stickered nameplates and moving towards these because these are awesome. So really happy about that. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and get into these build and then I will review it with you guys afterwards. All right, everybody. So just finished the build of the Droideka here. Looks pretty good overall. It's a little more bare bones than what I expected, but I would say it looks pretty nice overall. You can kind of see here that it comes with a display plaque with all the information here. And there's also a 25 years of Lego Star Wars there. And you got a mini Droideka figure, I guess. This looks horrendous, and I don't know why they included it. It just looks terrible. It looks nothing like the real thing. I mean, you compare these two, and they do not look alike. And this definitely doesn't look like the movie version. I mean, it looks terrible. So, horrible minifig, or whatever you want to call it. Plaque is pretty nice. Again, it's printed on, so pretty cool. This is pretty cool. And again, yeah, Droideka itself looks all right. So I'll go ahead and get another angle of it here. That made a very weird sound. So it's a little bit of a fragile model. Again, it's meant mostly for display. It's not really a play set. Although there is one feature that you can use to play, and I'll show that in a second. But yeah, you can kind of see here, you can like adjust some of these pieces, I guess. You know, bend them backward and forward. I think I have it at a pretty good position right now, so I won't mess with it too much. But again, you can kind of like mess with that there, you know, pull that down, whatever you want. And then you can also like play with the arms right here. So, you know, if you pull one forward, it looks like the other one's shooting back, you know, something like that. So that's pretty neat, I guess. Yep. So again, it looks like it's all curled up. Pretty cool. Yeah, I don't like the way they did this. It just looks kind of meh. I wish it like tiled it off, or at least it showed studs or something. I mean, this looks kind of weird. But yeah, it looks overall, it looks all right. I mean, it's not my favorite looking set. It looks okay. There's some cool details, I guess. So in terms of like piece usage, I did find some parts of it pretty interesting. A lot of it was just pretty standard, like normal Lego parts, but these three things are actually lipstick pieces, which is interesting, and they use that to make kind of the sensors of the eyes or whatever. And they also use this kind of like, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a stretchy plumbing piece or something. I think it's a whip. I don't know exactly what it is, but they use it to create the wiring here. They also use the same thing in the TIE interceptor. Gotta be honest, I'm not a fan of this piece. It kind of sucks to put on and use and everything, but it does look nice, so I'll give it that. In terms of overall build process, wasn't the biggest fan of this build. There's a lot of really small, kind of fragile parts. Putting it on was not the most fun thing in the world. There were some parts that were okay, like building the body I thought was okay, but once you got to like the arm sections and stuff, yeah, just not the biggest fan of the build. In terms of quality of enjoyment, I'd give it like, I don't know, maybe a 4 out of 10. Just not the most fun build in the world. Not the worst, but definitely not that fun, to be honest with you. It didn't take that long either. I think the total build time on this was about 2 hours or so. So, you know, for a set like this, you know, I mean, it's all right, but yeah, I wish I got a little more enjoyment out of it for the price, but it was okay. And yeah, so what I'll do now is I'll go ahead, and now that I reviewed kind of the display aspect of it, I'll go ahead and actually show you guys how we're gonna use the one play feature of this, which is actually rolling it into the ball. So as you can see, we currently have it in this configuration, but it's actually possible to roll it in a ball, like, you know, like in the movies. So it's pretty simple. I'll go through step by step. It's in the instruction manual. It's actually pretty tedious. So this is not a trivial matter, but go ahead and fold this thing up on the arms. Go ahead and fold the arms up. Then you go ahead and pull this back. Then I guess you kind of just spiral everything to make sure it's in a very nice little ball. Then you have to reverse the legs, which is probably the most annoying part of this because that's a stupid thing to do. And then I guess you get this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. It's really hard to do with one hand. So I will go ahead and show you guys after. All right, a couple minutes later, and I think I got it looking like it does in the manual. Looks like a ball to me. Question is, can you roll it? Kinda. It's not the best at rolling, but you can kind of do it. Okay, yeah, it's a ball. Yeah, it looks like a ball. It's a decent feature, I guess. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it, and it takes, quite some time. It's not that bad, but I mean, I don't know. I get why they did it. It's a play feature. A lot of people probably wanted it. They're, if Lego didn't make this, they'd be complaining like, oh, why is there no, play feature? But to me, this should just be a display model. Again, it's somewhat fragile, breaks off pretty easily. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. I don't know why they have this play feature. But yeah, overall, just not my favorite set. I'm going to be completely honest. I've given mostly positive reviews on this channel so far, so this might be like maybe one of my first negative ones. I just don't really like this set. I think it's slightly overpriced, but price isn't really my problem. The problem really is just the set itself is not that great. Maybe I'm just not a buildable droid kind of guy. I don't know. I am going to build one more buildable droid. That'll be coming soon, so spoiler alert. But that set should hopefully be more fun than this one. But as of right now, this is what I have. So yeah. All right, so just went ahead and put this back in its original position, just to make sure that I could, and it looks fine. All you'd have to do is just reverse the steps that they gave you. So I guess that part was a lot more simpler than doing the other way. So whatever. But wanted to give an overall rating for this set. I'm going to be honest, I'd give it like a 4 out of 10. Just not my favorite set. I don't really like it. Sorry for people who do, which is sad because I actually kind of do like the Droidekas and the prequels. I think they look pretty cool, but overall, just not a big fan. This is going to be a display model for me. I'm just going to put it somewhere, and honestly, it looks okay. It's not the best looking set. I guess from the side, it looks a little better. So from this angle, it looks a little cooler. But yeah, just a lot of like, exposed Technic and stuff, and just very bare bones. So not the most interesting set to look at, but it is cool. Looks all right. So again, not the worst set ever, but a 4 out of 10 is pretty low for me. So that's my thoughts on the Droideka. I have more reviews coming soon, a lot more reviews actually. I bought quite a few sets impulsively, so those will be coming eventually. And then again, I still have those old sets to review. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed me being kind of unhinged and brutally honest, probably for the first time. But yeah, so let me know if you guys want to see anything on the comments down below. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe to my channel. It helps a lot, and there will be a lot more content coming here on Mr. Brickswag. Peace.